Hey guys, so we thought we'd make a short overview of the stuff you have to bring. You will get a list, or you have a list already, but to illustrate the things, how they look and what exactly to look for when you pack them, we thought we'd show some of the stuff. Okay, so let's start with the boots. We said hiking boots are ideal if you don't have any kind of city boots that you don't feel bad about losing or breaking, such as these. You can take. If you just have running shoes, also fine, completely okay. Moving up the body, bring plenty of socks. So don't bring the short ones, like this length. So bring full length socks. Wool socks are just right, but depends on your leg type. If your skin's too sensitive to wool, bring something else. Bring several spares, you will need them. And it's good to have a waterproof bag for storing them, because wet socks aren't so good. Alright, naturally underwear, bring a spare. So one for yourself, one for somebody else. You will be wearing pants, long pants, not shorts, because of insects and grass and branches and everything else. Any kind of sports pants you have, or hiking pants, or whatever else you might have. One for wearing and one extra for the evening, because you might get wet. Try to avoid jeans and any kind of full cotton material, because it will be drying forever. Alright, so moving up, you need a t-shirt or some long sleeve thing like I'm wearing right now. One for wearing, one extra. So it could be a t-shirt, could be wool, could be something else. Again, avoid cotton. Something like this, not too thin, not too thick. If it's too thick, then you're gonna be sweating. If it's too thin, you'll be freezing, because it is still a bit chilly outside. Okay, you need to protect your neck from the wind, so a small scarf or buff, just something light. This is wool, but you could bring something from polyester. Alright, you need to protect your hands, because you might be using a saw. So always when working with a tool, you need some gloves. So any kind of work gloves you have, woolen gloves, whatever you might have. Just no mittens. Alright, while walking you're gonna need a jacket. Could be a light jacket, just don't bring anything too insulated, because it will make you sweat and it will make you colder eventually. Something with a hood is good, it will give you extra warmth. So should be light. If it's waterproof, then it's an extra bonus. To protect your head from the wind and the sun, a light hat is good, just nothing too massive. Alright, so moving on to the evening extras and sleeping. Extra thick wool socks, or just 2 extra pairs of normal socks will give a similar effect. A slightly warmer hat for sleeping, anything you have. And a thick fleece, or a sweater, but it has to be thick. So, and again, for these things, good to have a waterproof bag. If you don't have something like this, just get a trash bag, as long as it's waterproof. Those things aren't too much use if they're wet. Okay, so in the forest you probably want to eat and maybe drink. So it's a good idea to bring a bowl. It's about half a liter size. This one you can get from like most grocery stores that are, well, let's say supermarkets size. Foldable, great to bring with you, but any sort of bowl that's lightweight and unbreakable, let's say, is good. A spoon is just enough. If it's a slightly bigger spoon, it's an advantage, because you'll be faster than the rest. You can bring a fork or a spork. A cup for drinking, because coronavirus and stuff. No sharing, right? Okay, and now that you're done eating, maybe you want to keep warm, build a fire. So like any sort of lighter you can bring. Matches, make sure it's full or almost full. And always packed waterproof. It might rain, so it's a good idea to bring a rain poncho. Again, you can get it from any supermarket, like a few euros. A knife is always a good idea in the forest, so you can make your life a lot easier. Any sort of knife is good, make sure it's sharp. Moving on to drinking, you need to bring plenty of water. 3 liters is a good idea. So like 2 1.5 liter size bottles will balance your backpack. If you have a metal bottle, it's also a good idea because you can use it in the fire. Safely use it in the fire. It will also keep you warm at night. It will get dark at night, even though it's almost summer. So bring a flashlight, make sure it works. Make sure it has batteries. Your feet will get wet, so it's a good idea to bring some slippers. Any kind of slippers you have. Light plastic slippers is a good idea. Along the same lines, your feet will get wet. A newspaper works brilliantly to dry your boots. Make sure it has those, let's say normal sheets, so not full of paint, so it will actually absorb some moisture. And make sure it's fresh, because you can also read it. Hygiene is important, so bring at least a toothbrush, a toothpaste. If you have some pre-existing medical conditions, make sure you have all your medications. In addition, it's good to get some band-aids and some basic first aid kit. If you have allergies, make sure you have allergy pills as well. You can bring a light snack, such as tomato, but don't bring anything massive, like few packs of chips or massive sausages or anything like that. So just light snacks. Pack it waterproof. And pack it once more. Matches you should keep dry. This you have to keep dry.